Hi folks, Joseph Kursky here with you to talk about 8 ways that you can save energy and be more sustainable in a hotel room. Now, tourism and business travel are big global expenditures in terms of energy. They consume a lot of energy through various means that we'll talk about. But here are 8 simple things that you can do to actually be more sustainable on business or vacation, okay, in a hotel room. The biggest one is right here. If you hang this on your door, they don't have to spend energy vacuuming your room or laundering those sheets or towels, etc., right? So if you're there for a long time, hey, I realize eventually you might want to have your room clean. So, okay, decline this most of the days and hang it out just a part of the time. But still, as many days that you can do that, the better. That's awesome. That's probably the single most one. What about these lights? When you go out, make sure you turn those lights off, okay? Also, here's another way with the heat, okay? If you've got a heater, you don't need to have that heater on. Maybe you have look at that. That's what I've got. I've got a blanket on the bed. So put some extra layers on. You don't need to have that heat on so much. Here's another way. Keep that TV off. There's nothing good on anyway. Here's another way. Maybe open the windows if you can, okay? And let some cool air in. Excellent. What's another way I can do? I can save energy and be more sustainable in a hotel room. Let's talk about that. Okay, well, what about this? Reusing your cups. Okay, reusing your cups. So, for example, right here, I've got an actual cup. If your hotel room doesn't have a non-plastic cup, well, maybe you bring one. Maybe you bring a coffee cup or a mug or something like that. Yeah, okay, so that requires a little bit of planning ahead, but that's another way you can do it. Another way you can do it is you're bringing your own shampoo, okay? And you're reusing that container. You don't need to use, especially if your hotel has these little things, you don't need to consume. Just think of the millions of these that are consumed every day. You don't need to do that. Okay, you can bring your own. Now, if your hotel actually has one of those dispensers in the shower, for example, great. But some of them still have this kind of stuff. So avoid doing that. Bring your own. Okay, that's one of the things I do. Also, unless you've got super long hair, look, you can actually dry off with a hand towel. Okay, try it sometime. That would be a way for you to reduce the number of volume, right, of laundering that has to be done. Again, if you're declining the room service as well. Also, what about this? If you've got an option, and most hotels have an option nowadays, even if you're accepting the housekeeping, that you hang a little sign that says you don't need to wash those towels every day. And you really don't need to wash those towels every day, right, folks? Here's another one. Shall we even get into this topic? But does your toilet actually have a different kind of a flushing mechanism for different types of things that are in the toilet? Well, hopefully they do. If it doesn't, and even if it does, do you need to flush it every time? I don't think so. I don't think you need to flush it every time. Conserve on that water. What about this? In the shower itself, hey, reduce it by a minute. See if you can reduce it by 2 minutes. I think you'll still be clean, but it's a good way of saving our precious natural resources, in this case, water. And finally, if you do happen to use the hotel soap, hey, bring that home. Use it. You could use it for camping, your next camping trip, or you can just use it in your regular, everyday lives, okay, when you get home. But don't just throw that away. Excellent. Okay, so these are just kind of short, simple things that you can do in a hotel room to save energy, to save our natural resources, and be more sustainable. So thanks for being with me, and happy trails. Thanks.